Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Jaguar XF. Before we begin this video, I'm going to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Jaguar here in downtown Salt Lake for giving me some time with this XF. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 21 around town and then 29 on the highway, with power outputs being 296 horsepower and then 295 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, it has the signature Jag look where it kind of just slowly raises up towards the center. Really cool design. And then look at the headlight design with the daytime running lights, and then you guys can see how it's all blacked out right there. Same thing with the grille, got the Jaguar logo there front and center, and then R-Dynamic as well. And putting it all together, it has that signature Jag appearance. Coming on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 255, 35, 20 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see on this particular XF, the wheels have been completely blacked out, and then we got silver brake calipers to kind of contrast all the blacked out elements. Blacked out accenting here on the side as well with the Jag logo, and then you guys can see everything else blacked out. And when we take a few steps back, you guys can see the full side profile here. Now here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our unlock and our lock function. That's for the lights. That's to open up the trunk, and then Jaguar on the back. Now taking a look at the trunk, you guys can see there's quite a bit of storage space here in the rear. It is a slightly larger size sedan, so it makes sense. But my favorite part is the fact that I don't have to close the trunk myself. I can just press the button. Now I've got this low profile blacked out spoiler, and then look at the taillight design here, and then Jaguar here on the back as well. And then you guys can see the diffuser there at the bottom. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here on the XF. Now I've got soft touch here at the top, and look at the contrasted stitching. And I like this trim down below. Then you guys can see here with the brown leather. And then I love this for the Meridian sound system, also looks cool. And then taking a look at the seats, you guys can see perforated all down the center, really nice leather trim. Legroom back here is really good. We also have a little storage net, got some vent action, heated seats, bunch of USBs as well. And then headroom back here, it's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see here with the trim, and then look at the stitching, and then I love this here. And then again with the brown leather. Window controls look very fancy. Got all of our mirror adjustments as well. And then again for the Meridian sound system, memory seats, and then we got blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then look at these seats here, perforated all down the center portion. Got all of our adjustments here on the side as well. And then look at the trim here on the dash. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see we've got a really nice trim all around. Paddle shifters there on the back for the 8-speed automatic. We have stuff like our cruise control, heated steering wheel button. We've got our voice command controls as well. And then you got your regular stocks there on the back. And then here's a quick look at the gauge cluster, digital gauge cluster here. You guys can see you can change like the layout of it. You can also see a bunch of different information on the vehicle as well. And then we also have the Jag drive modes that we can go through here. So notice that I just popped it into the eco mode. There is also kind of like an all-weather mode as well. And then you have a dynamic mode on the other side, obviously for sporty driving. Now you have a backup camera here with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and resolution on it's pretty dang solid overall. And then as for the rest of the infotainment screen, you guys can see really solid response time with the screen. This is in pretty much all new Jags and obviously Land Rovers as well. I actually live with a smaller version of this infotainment system, my wife's Defender, and I really like it. I think it's easy to use. It makes sense, and again, like I said, it responds well. Cool contrasted stitching here on the dash, and then look at this trim right here. Again, really tight fit and finish. And then we've got a bunch of controls here, so some shortcut kind of controls there in the center. And we got the multi-function climate controls, so push in for the seats, and then you pull out for the fan speed there, and then you got the temperature as well. Got some wireless phone charging pad action, and then our engine stop start here, and then we'll dial for the volume control. Shifter there for the 8-speed automatic, and then this is for the drive mode select right there, which is pretty cool. Some cup holder action here, and then you guys can see a little charging port, and then good storage space, got some USB action. Nice padding here on the top as well. And then, yeah, look at that glove box. And then up top we get our controls here for the sunroof. You guys can see just kind of like a regular size sunroof, and then a really nice headliner, and ooh, one of those. Now here's a look at the window sticker. You guys can see all the standard equipment here. Base MSRP $53,500. After all options, $62,718. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood and hoping it's the heads-up display. Both the mirrors, dual blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And XF away. I'm always surprised that Jaguar still makes this, because, you know, you look at Land Rover, and obviously Land Rover has always been about SUVs, but like, right, they are with the trend of the modern world where everyone wants trucks and SUVs, and, you know, cars just aren't as popular anymore. But yeah, they still make this, which is cool. And you know, this obviously there's still people that want cars, but it's definitely become a niche audience rather than the norm like it used to be, which is definitely an interesting transformation, to say the least. But you know, right off the bat, I will say seat comfort's really good. And I said this in my review with the F-Pace. This piece of trim looks very nice, but it has, like right now with where the sun's at, tons of glare. So I guess like window tint with this car, and you wouldn't have to worry about that. But yeah, it's like crazy amounts of glare, but it looks so nice. It's one of those things. But like this trim here on the side probably wouldn't have as much glare, but it wouldn't look as high quality. So anyways, yeah, seat comfort's really good. The AC seat function, that works great. I've got a Honda, this is random, but I have a Honda Accord tester this week, and I feel like the AC seat on that doesn't even work. Whereas this is like right off the bat, you can tell you're getting cooled down, which is fantastic. But yeah, I'm really impressed with Jaguar's modern vehicle, you know, quality, like build quality and everything. Like the interior fit and finish and everything's really nice. Material use is really nice as well. I think they've just done a great job overall. Yeah, it's so smooth. Love how it drives so far. It's definitely a comfortable cruiser. And, you know, I'm not really noticing the fact that it's a 4-cylinder quite yet. It seems like it just moves, and it moves well. So I think that's positive. And pop it into the dynamic mode here. It's so cool to click that down when you change the drive modes. It's just such a fun part of the car. Let's get our acceleration now. Woo! You know what? For a 4-cylinder, this thing actually moves. It's like actually moves at a solid pace. So something's up here with the XF. I actually like the styling on the outside. I will say though, I will concede though, it does kind of have that kind of without being too offensive, it does kind of have like an old man look to it. Like this is it's definitely targeting an older, or not, I shouldn't say older, a more experienced demographic, which I don't think is a bad thing. And I think this car really makes sense. Like, it's comfortable, it's quiet, everything's easy to use feature wise. So it just, yeah, it really does make sense. And I think that like the touch points and everything, I don't know, it's great. Definitely can feel it's turbocharged, but man, does this thing move. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the XF, but I think this is a great luxury car. The sports side of things, I mean, it does accelerate pretty well, but I feel like this kind of has more of an emphasis on luxury.